name's Mario Penalver, Maraopenalver. I started in Chicago in a walk to Washington, D.C. And it was in April of this year when I decided that all of the actions I had been doing for the last 4 had gone uncredited and were doing very little to actually stop the war from happening. So I took it upon myself to go to the Capitol and to bring the war back to the front page where it belongs until it is resolved. And that aside, to empower people, to make people aware of the fact that nothing is going to change until they convince themselves that they are the reason for the end of this war. They need to be the solution rather than waiting for some other person to do it for them.
Okay, so here we are. You're close to Frederick.
Right.
And you're going to have to go over top of Braddock's Mountain here that's behind us.
Lots of mountains.
Which, I shouldn't even tell you this, but it's pretty hilly. And then when you get down from there, you're going to be headed over towards Washington then, is that right?
Right, we're headed towards Baltimore.
Okay.
We'll be in Baltimore on September 3rd. We're calling for anybody to actually join us in the walk from there to the Capitol. And we will be arriving in Washington, D.C. on September 11th. Where we will be welcomed by a national rally, and there we'll be giving a voice of dissent to this war.
Okay, thanks so much, Mary.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
They can actually, people can watch the march and find out where we are on marchofthepeople.org.
Thanks so much.
Elliott Nesch, ELLIOTTNESCH.
And Elliott, how did you get involved, and what does all this mean for you?
March 1st of this year, I started walking from Denver, Colorado. So I've been on the road for about 6 months. I met up with Mario and the March of the People in Cleveland, Ohio. And my walk is to protest the Christian support of the war and to preach the gospel. At the beginning of this war, 70% of evangelicals supported this war. They put Bush into office. And I go to the leaders of churches and I warn them that blood is on their hands and that they need to repent of their sins. And for the rest of the world, I tell them that this is not Jesus, that Jesus calls us to love our enemies and lay down our lives for those who persecute us. And so I'm going to the leaders of this country with this message, and we're planning on getting into D.C. on 9/11. And for me, that is to commemorate the victims of the 9/11 families that deserve another investigation into what happened that day.
Okay, thanks a lot. Who are you, sir?
I'm Gordy Hewer.
And Gordy, where are you from?
Pittsburgh, North Carolina.
And how did you get involved in this march, and what does it mean to you?
It means a lot because I come from a state where illegal immigration is a big problem, and a lot of domestic issues that aren't being resolved, including universal health care, welfare, medication for people who need it, poverty, illness, sickness, the middle class struggling. It's just, I mean, these are problems that we've always had, but when we spend $452 billion on a war that could fix almost all, if not all, those problems, that's significant.
So you think that here we are, we're wasting all this money. If we could be using it for our people, for our cities, taking care of our states, taking care of the infrastructures, and we're wasting it.
Instead of spending it on killing 728,028 people.
Okay, anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Okay.